I'm Officer Jackson, a retired cop who's got some stories that'll make your hair stand on end. Back in the day, I spent a good 22 years on the force, and there's this one case that I just can't shake off. Picture this. I hung up my badge about 11 years ago, and I'm still haunted by the mysteries I encountered during my time in the police. Now I've come across some bone-chilling, stomach-turning cases in my day, and believe me, this one's right up there with the spookiest. Trust me, I've got more than a few jaw-dropping tales from my time as a cop, but this one is a standout. Buckle up, folks. This is going to be a wild ride. February 4th, 2006. We got a call about a woman who had locked herself in her bathroom. She said her boyfriend was trying to kill her. My partner Mason and I arrived at a house on the end of a street. The lampposts flickered yellow in the wind, danced the trees and bushes. The clouds were thick in the air, ice cold. We took position at the front door. We knocked police open up, only the sound of wind chimes. Mason kicked the door open with all the force he could muster. We scanned the house downstairs. No one in sight. Clear. You hear that? I said. Mason looked up at the stairs. Gentle cries. A woman so subtle and as if muffled behind the door in a room. Mason mentioned, she was meant to be downstairs. We both headed upstairs. It's all right, ma'am. You're safe now, I reassured. The crying suddenly ceased, almost as if someone hit a pause button. Then it started up again. But he's still here, the woman's voice came from the bedroom. My partner and I combed through the whole house. Ma'am, no one's here. You're safe downstairs, I assured her. Suddenly, the front door slammed shut. My partner and I exchanged a glance, and I noticed his brow was sweating despite the cold night. I signaled with a nod for him to check it out. He stood up from the stairs and peered down at the front door. Just the window, I think, he said. The whole situation sent a shiver down my spine. The woman from inside the bathroom knew my name, Officer Jackson, and she spoke with an eerie calmness. Neither my partner nor I had used our names aloud all night. Mason was getting agitated. Ma'am, do you need help or not? We need to know you're okay, he demanded. He was on the verge of breaking the door down, but I sensed that Mason was more curious about the woman's identity and how she knew so much than he was concerned for her safety. He wanted peace of mind. No, hold on. Hold on, I said. She might be sitting right by the door. We don't want to hurt her. Then she said it. Officer Jackson, tell Mason that if he touches this door, I will visit his family in the late hours of a certain night and break down a door of my own. The woman's voice was an octave deeper when she said that I never understood the expression white does a ghost. Do people actually turn that pale in the face? I learned that they, in fact, did when I saw my partner react to those sinister words. I couldn't stop him from kicking in that bedroom door this time. But when he did, we found nobody in sight. The puzzling situation only grew more bewildering. There was no window above the shower for an escape, nor was there another door in that room. Yet we were utterly certain that we had just spoken to a woman behind that very door. We scoured the entire house, from top to bottom, including the backyard, in meticulous detail. We found nothing, not a trace. For the rest of that night, my partner and I communicated without speaking, our thoughts consumed by the strange encounter. It was an eerie feeling leaving that house, and Mason and I exchanged a knowing glance before walking away without a backward glance. But here's the part of the story I've kept to myself until now. Even from Mason. We were both shaken enough by the inexplicable events of that night that I didn't feel ready to share what I'm about to tell you. As we left, I drove us back to the station that night, trying to make sense of what had just transpired. That night, Mason's hands were trembling as he tried to control the steering wheel. I noticed his unease. It was visible in his trembling grip. Oddly enough, Mason never drank coffee. While reversing the cruiser out of the street, Mason didn't turn back to look at the house. But against my better judgment, I did. And what I witnessed in those fleeting moments has haunted me since. In the pitch-black darkness, I squinted, straining to see past the obscurity toward a garbage can by the side of the house. There, a black figure kneeling by the gate as if watching us leave.